I'm 78 years old, earned every single gray hair, fought in 2 wars and raised 5 kids. I've done more than my share. So when my grandson brings his girlfriend over wearing something strange, I'll tell her that ain't proper. I ain't changing at my age. I'll say what I want. I've earned that right. Spent too many years being polite. Your feelings might get hurt, but that's just too bad. I say what I want, like my old dad. The filter's gone, throw it away. I say what I want every single day. At the restaurant, the waiter asked how everything turned out. I told him that the steak was tough and the service made me want to shout. My wife kicked me under the table, gave me that familiar glare. But I'm too old to lie to folks, I just don't really care. I'll say what I want, no sugar coating here. If your haircut looks ridiculous, you're gonna hear the truth might sting a little, but it sets you free. I say what I want, that's the way it's gonna be. The world's too soft these days anyway. I say what I want, come what may. They tell me I should think before the words come out my mouth, but I've been thinking all my life. Now I'm heading south. At my age, what are they gonna do? Ground me in my room. I'll say exactly what I think from now until my tomb. The doctor asked me how I'm feeling at my checkup yesterday. I said you charged too much and kept me waiting half the day. He said I'm just being honest with his medical advice. I said, well, I'm being honest too, and this ain't worth your price. I'll say what I want, that's my new creed. Life's too short to dance around what people need. Your parking job's a mess, your lawn needs to be mowed. I'll say what I want, I'm in unfiltered mode. My kids say I embarrass them wherever that we go. I'll say what I want, thought you ought to know. So if you see me coming and you're looking for a friend, better have thick skin, cause I tell it straight till the end. I'll say what I want, I've earned this liberty. 80 years of holding back, now I'm finally free.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. It's your old pal Grumps. How we doing? Those who are not me, or let me know in the comments if you're watching the VODs of how you're doing. But so what I figured what I was going to do here is, this is about Mythic, but I am going to go from the beginning to the current standing of Mythic, tackling all the controversy that has recently popped up. I know I've talked about this, but it's like you will have to watch like 3 streams. So I'm just going to put it all in this one. That way it's like one place you can like hear my opinions and all that stuff in one spot. I think that would be like nice. Just, I mean, just saying, just be nice. Okay, let's take a look here. I'm going to the chat room.
The reason why that they told me for this, like again, like
Okay,
I don't really.
when we're talking
about
Mythic, we gotta understand
anyway, right?
where
like,
how
I
it
haven't been
started.
involved in like
It
any
was founded in
decision-making at Mythic
2023.
for, like,
Considering
I don't know,
it's only
over
it's
a year.
only 3
like,
years
I'm trying
old.
to think even the last time I even
Mythic's
talked
only
to
been
somebody
around
over
for 3
there
years,
for
but
something that was like
it
business
came out
related. It's probably got to be over a year
One
ago.
True King or
And so
OTK.
I'm not even really involved to begin with, but
and
you know,
it was
let's
founded
say I
by
am or anything
2
else, right?
prominent members of
I
OTK,
don't want to be involved.
Gold, and
I don't want to have
Tip
anything to do with this. I have so much
and then they
stress and
got
pressure
William
and shit
Lucas
that's
as
going on in my
CEO
personal life
and
now,
Cody
right? And
Gates
also with like
as
my, you know,
COO,
career, right? Like
Chief
my stream right now and
Officer
my content right
of
now
Information.
is
Okay.
more successful
One's a
than
veteran
it
of
ever has
esports.
been, and it's not even close. It's not
And
even
the other
remotely
one
close. Like, we're
is an
doing better now than I have
event
ever done in my
organizer
entire
for
career.
Destiny.
Like, if
Basically,
you look at YouTube, other
Mythic
Clip
Talent
channels,
was
everything like that, the
created
amount of
for
people that are
esports.
consuming
It was not.
Gold content on a daily basis
That's how it
right
started.
now is just
And it
a
was not
astronomical number. Like,
going to be what it is now, which explains a lot. But the key person in this information here is Asmongold. Well, Grimmy joined Mythic in March of last year, a little over a year ago, and she didn't last the full year, which is interesting, to be honest with you. Okay, but she put out this video here talking about Mythic, and we'll listen to it here.
Grimmy at deadtransmission.com. As for the stuff with Mythic, I can't talk about it, and I'm specifically not gonna say anything about it. That's pretty much it. I wasn't hype about it. I'm not gonna tell anyone about it. It was a little silly. On your about page, Twitch. Okay, I'll change that right now. Thank you for letting me know. This isn't like a thing where it's just like, oh, Grimmy got upset. This was quite substantial. But on the other hand, I don't really want to like cause any problems for anyone there. I don't know how on earth. I don't know. Pretty much all I'll say is that was there was something very, very crazy. I think people would be pretty upset about it if they do, and that's pretty much all I can say. I think everyone would be pissed, but I am not going to talk about it. And if I hear any rumors spreading about why I left, where they're trying to frame me negatively, I will talk about it. And I will tell everyone exactly what it was. I was really, really, really upset. And I think everyone would have been, like, universally there. So, alright.
Just so you understand, she did release a statement. I think she put the tweet down, by the way. I do think she put the tweet down. Took the tweet down. Or post, or whatever you want to call it, on X. Fucking Elon. Okay. But I do think she took it down. Because I looked for it and I couldn't find it, where she went into a little bit details about what her problems with Mythic was.
Not on a personal level for them. Not just me, on a personal level individually. But anyways, we're moving on. I would have been upset too if you knew. If you knew. But Grimmy got receipts. I do actually. I have proof of something. But I'm gonna see if I can't. Well, I'm 50-50 on whether or not it's gonna become a legal matter or not. So that's pretty much it. I didn't want to dig into that part, whatever happened. It's okay. I'm so sorry for being a little pissy about it. That's all I can say. Oh, man. Some people. Sorry, I'm thinking about it and getting pissed. Alright. Alright, we're chill. We're chill. It's all good. It's all good, baby. It's all good. I might need to take a lap.
I want you to understand, Grimmy, from what I understand, it's a very popular VTuber. I mean, she's well regarded in the VTuber community, and this is the reason why people are upset, because she's like considered like one of the more straightforward, honest, wholesome VTubers. All right, but we'll get into it.
Okay, all right. Chill, Grimmy. Chill. We're chill. It's all good. It is all good. It is all good. We are okay. It is all right. But anyway, don't you worry. We're going back to Ghosty's streamer house for right now. There you go. Anyways, that kind of stuff happens in life, and it be what it be. We're gonna have to probably not talk about it until, yeah. I mean, I don't want to... But dear God.
Okay, I mean, once again, she joined Mythic a year ago, and she's no longer with Mythic. Apparently, she lasted a year and decided to part ways because of something that happened. All right, I think it was like came to conclude that they did something which she didn't approve of and which she got really pissed off about. And check something. Okay. Sometimes I have this habit of not unmuting. I want to. What? Am I still? No. What the fuck? Oh. All right, there we are. Why I'm using to monitor my stream, it didn't really wasn't doing what it's supposed to do. But like I said, she joined in March 5th of 2025, and this video, I'm assuming, came out a year later, if not a little before that, where she basically says, "I'm no longer with Mythic. An incident happened, and I'm pissed about it. There may be legal actions. We don't know, but it's one of those things. Is like, okay, what kind of happened? All right, and this is what, like I said, I couldn't find her tweet. I do think she took it down, but Mythic agency allegedly to have skimmed money off the top of a sponsor, shortening their talent. All right. You can read through all this. Basically, this is the main part down here. So Grimmy personally befriended a game publisher that had previously sponsored her before, and through speaking to them discovered there are small discrepancies multiple times between what the negotiated amount was that she would be paid versus what she was actually paid for sponsorships. And negotiations are done between Mythic and the publisher. The talent didn't see those documents / conversations. All right. And there's some emails and stuff like that. I mean, showing some email stuff. The outcome of negotiations is that she would be paid $2,100. However, the contract she received from Mythic was signed for $2,000, 5% difference. The publisher gave her proof that they paid $2,100 to Mythic, the bottom bit of that email, and then Mythic sent her $2,000, which she was expecting from the contract. She alerted Mythic after finding out from the publisher that they told her that it was a typo on the publisher's end, and then she was given an additional $100, the top bit. All right. This is an offer of 40% minus the 20% that Mythic gets, which is, to me, seems a little outrageous, but that's just me. The outcome was $4,400 and she was told it was $4,000, 10% difference. The excuse Mythic gave that it was a additional fee because of outside marketing agency. However, it was the exact same people negotiation both times, the same emails, which makes it that very unlikely. There are also some odd mix up with the length, and the publisher said 2 hours, but Remy was told 4. Okay, here's the key thing. Mythic refused to show her the negotiation documents between Mythic and the publishers after she requested them, and only the contract she signed. She has many more examples of this behavior, and I believe from multiple publishers, but this was the only publisher that gave her permission to show the evidence on stream and publicize. These are not the only incidences. She's keeping those private in case this is taken to court, and if it has to be done to more, if it has been done to more streamers and large streamers, like it's likely will be. She's also made it clear this isn't an expected fee that Mythic was supposed to take. The fact that she was given different excuses for each instance confirms that it's not a normal fee, that this is similar to what the agency V Shoujo did to their talent, skimming sponsor money by sending less to the talent that was actually negotiated. Well, actually, what V Shoujo did was stop paying their talent altogether. Grimmy is telling Mythic talent to request documentation of negotiations from companies that they were sponsored by. I'm going to say this straight up. The thing here, you could call them talent or you could call them entertainers, but they're in the entertainment industry. I mean, you know, you got your commentators, but they're still, at the end of the day, they're still in the entertainment industry, because newscasters get this kind of stuff too. You get newscasters do news anchor chairs on your nightly news. You see them do commercials and stuff like that, or even if they're less local, they do like, hey, go buy a car from this place, and that kind of shit. They're aware of the negotiations because, one, they have to be part of it because it's their face, their name, and all that's being slapped onto this business, being associated with this business, and they need to be aware of the demands and all that stuff, because if they don't like it, they have a right to say no. So they most of the time they're part of the negotiations. What happens typically, their agent goes to the business goes to the agents. Hey, we want this person to endorse our products, and the agents go to the talent and go, hey, this business wants you to endorse their products. Oh, what do they do? What is it? And and go through the process of understanding what the product is. They may even ask for a free sample if it's like a food item or something like that, because there's some actors, actresses, bands, and all that don't want to endorse a product that they don't personally believe in. There are some that are out there that are like that, and from the get-go they are kind of like, hey, I want to know the product before I slap my name to it. And in turn, like I said, that's part of that they're part of the negotiations. Now, why Mythic chooses not to release those documents to the talent after the request, that is disconcerting, because it kind of acts like they're hiding something. You know, maybe they're not, but the behavior is saying otherwise. Okay, but in the entertainment industry, the talent / entertainer is part of the negotiations. They're aware of what's being done, what's being agreed to from the very beginning. Mythic, they call themselves a talent agencies, but they don't act like it. They act like esports agency, because they the guys playing the games are not really involved in the negotiations. Oh, I got, okay, cool. How much are you gonna pay me? Okay, fine. But VTubers are different. They're not esports people, to be honest with you. They're VTubers. They're entertainers. They play games, yes, but they also sing and all this other stuff. And that's something that's been the problem with Mythic, is that they don't understand what they are. They're a talent agency. They're not an esport agency. They have to get out of that fucking mindset. All right. So when you're doing negotiations with a sponsor, the talent needs to be involved. So they know what they're agreeing to. You have to present everything to them and see if they're acceptable to this. And this is what apparently they weren't doing, at least not to Grimmy, from what we can tell. But this is a document that someone put together, and it goes through everything here. Hey, JP. Again, this is like what you saw from the screenshots I showed there. Mythic refused to show negotiation documents between Mythic and the publishers. I don't see if a talent requests the negotiation documents, you're supposed to show it to them. Okay, because they are involved. It's their name, their brand. Okay, understand, there are some people within Mythic that are being managed by Mythic. Not all of them are being managed by Mythic. They have their own managers, you know, and they're managers because I want the negotiation documents prior to signing the contract. Now, I've said this before. One of the big mistakes VTubers make is not having a lawyer read contracts, because a lawyer could request the negotiation documents before we sign the contract. We want to know everything before, make sure these figures match up. Okay, that's what a lawyer does, because they have the power to subpoena this stuff. If Mythic refuses to release the documents, fine, my lawyer's just going to subpoena your ass, and you're going to release them anyway. You're just going to spend money on court, right? This is the big thing. Okay, this is the major thing. That's the major problem that Grammy had. Them not showing the negotiation documents. This is the reason why she got pissed off. Not because it sounds like that Mythic is hiding something. It isn't about the money. It's the fact they don't refuse to show everything. And her name's attached to this stuff. Okay, it would be true with Shiloh, Nanners, Lord Estheon, Queso, anybody that's with the Mythic right now, if they ask for the negotiation documents and they refuse to show it to them, I would just say, we're fucking done. Because you're hiding stuff from me now. Why aren't you telling me? Why aren't you showing me? Because, let's just say, let's take the one for like 2100. Maybe it was actually 42. Okay, if it was like double the amount or like 5,000 less, and then Mythic takes their 20% and the rest goes to the talent. That's the way it's supposed to work according to Mythic. But if they got a bigger chunk of the money beyond the 20%, that's the reason why you can infer that's the reason why they're not showing the negotiation documents, because the figures don't match up. Okay, that's what Grimmy is upset about, because they're not telling her everything. Now, if they were just showing it to her, this wouldn't be a big fucking deal. Oh, yeah, sure, here, go. We don't have to, because now they looks like they're hiding something. Like I said, they're hiding something if they're refusing to show documents. Something's not quite right. So Grammy left, and she made a statement and all that stuff. She went on stream and talked about it. Okay. Now, this is all in a span of, like, days. Mythic got separated from Asmongold. And let's face fact, okay, this right here, this statement right here, and we're committed to fostering an environment grounded in respect and responsibility. That kind of sounds like they're throwing Asmongold underneath the bus, to be honest with you. Now, you got to remember, Asmongold was a founder. He had a stake in Mythic. I don't. He probably put money up to get it started and all this stuff. He had a vested interest in the success of Mythic. All right, and now, look, he's gone. All right. In fact, I'm going to do something for y'all. I'm gonna cancel. Where is it? I had it here. Okay. Where are you? I may have misplaced it. All right. This, I don't know. I had it all set up. Okay, let me just add another thing here. I had this all set up. All right. I'll just play it. Fuck it. I don't know why it's not showing up.
And the reason why that they told me for this, like, again, like, I don't want to be involved with any of this anyway, right? Like, I haven't been involved in, like, any decision.
So did it play early? There was sound. All right, hold on. Don't know why there's no sound. Okay, let me see this one. There it is. Let me get rid of that. Yes. Media source. Let's see. Well,
making it Mythic for like.
I don't know why I get no sound. Don't know why you get no sound. Let me see here. Properties. Cancel. All right, I think I know a way to get sound. 1 second. I'll go to where I got the video. You won't be able to see it because I got off of the Discord. Give me a second here. Here you are.
And the reason why that they told me for this, like, again, like, I don't want to be involved with any of this anyway, right? Like, I haven't been involved in, like, any decision-making at Mythic for, like, I don't know, probably like over a year. Like, I'm trying to think even the last time I even talked to somebody over there for something that was, like, business-related, it's probably got to be over a year ago. And so I'm not even really involved to begin with, but, you know, let's say I am or anything else, right? I don't want to be. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to have anything to do with this. I have so much stress and pressure and shit that's going on in my personal life now, right? And also with, like, my, you know, career, right? Like, my stream right now and my content right now is more successful than it ever has been, and it's not even close. It's not even remotely close. Like, we're doing better now than I have ever done in my entire career. Like, if you look at YouTube, other clip channels, everything like that, the amount of people that are consuming Asmongold content on a daily basis right now is just a astronomical number. Like,
okay, so Asmongold hasn't really been involved with Mythic for a year. So, as far as, like, day-to-day operations, all that stuff, I can hear it. Oh, cool. Yeah. Now you can hear it. But now the interesting thing here, once again, is all this stuff is happening at the same time. We're talking days apart, right? And they come out with this, and I don't know. Okay.
friends with people that are being, like, in the...
All right. Now he's talking about the situation and why he's, like, don't really want to be associated with streaming culture, doing collabs and all that stuff. He just wants to do his thing, talk about whatever he wants to talk about, but I'll let him explain here. It's just only 2 minutes.
Public eye, hyper scrutinized. There's like a ton of like drama and weird stuff. And I'm a very loyal person. I want to defend somebody. I want to, you know, give them the best benefit of the doubt. But at a certain point, like I view a lot of the friendships and relationships that I've had in streaming. I view them like, I mean, the truth is, like, this is going to sound maybe bad. They're liabilities. They're massive liabilities. And I think that also this is a two-way street. I think that I'm a liability with people sometimes, right? Because, like, you know, I have a big audience and a lot of people watch me. And I think that because of that, you're going to have a ton of people that are like really opinionated about things that I say, or, you know, they're angry that I did, you know, X or Y thing. But just in general, I've gotten myself to a position where I just don't want to be involved with anything and anyone involved with the streaming culture and streaming environment. Like, I'm not saying that I'll never do it, and I'm not saying that I hate all streamers, but I'm just making a generalized statement that I don't have any interest and any desire being friends with, collaborating with, dealing with, doing events with, going to events, going to parties, having anything to do with anybody in the streamer culture. That's really the way that I feel. It is. And again, like you know, I've been around it a long time. I really have. And so to me, that's it. I mean, I'm totally out of it. Like, whatever other people want to say or do, whether it's a company I was involved with, or, you know, a person I streamed with, that is totally their prerogative. And I don't know. I don't care. It's not relevant to me whatsoever. And I understand people might want to have, like, you know, you might want to get mad. I don't have anything against anybody in Mythic. I'm not angry at anybody. I wish them the best of luck. I'm very happy for them. I'm proud of how well they've done. I have no ill will or anything towards this. I just simply want to move on to a new place in my life. I don't want this to still be in my life. I don't want to have any connection to this at all. And I just want to move on totally. And so that's the way I feel, right? That's really the truth. And, you know, as I said, I mean, a lot, but I...
Okay. So from that statement, you can infer, I don't know if this is actually how he feels. I mean, hey, Asmongold, if I'm wrong, just correct me, that he's kind of sick of all the high school drama involved in streaming culture, all the like petty bullshit that goes on sometimes, and then you get some real controversies with, you know, people that are close to him, and he doesn't want to be associated with those controversies, really. It's a liability to him. Like he says, he may be seen as a liability to that he's friends with, to other streamers, you know. So at least he's aware of the image he sometimes portray as being a controversial figure by the things he says. By the same token, the interesting thing going on in this video is what he said about Mythic. You know, he says he wishes them the best. He doesn't want to have anything to do with them anymore. This is something that he helped make. And he's now saying, I don't want nothing to do with it. You know? I don't want nothing to do with it. This is something that he helped create. Now, that goes back to, like, something's not quite right with Mythic when someone, like, one of your founders, like, I don't want to have nothing to do with it anymore. You know, saying this publicly on his streams, one of the most viewed streamers, that people are very aware that he helped found Mythic, now saying, I don't want nothing to do with it. It makes automatically makes some people ask questions. What's fucking going on with Mythic? All right. That was March 8th. Okay. Same day, Mythic released a statement. This is the statement about Grimmy. Okay. See, they talk about the skimming thing. But they don't talk about them not releasing the negotiation documents. That's what's missing in this whole thing. I've read this, by the way, on stream. I'm leaving it up here so y'all can read it. But if you read it, you'll notice they're not talking about the negotiation documents. They don't say anything about, well, it's our policy not to release those documents to the talent, because they know if the talent asks for those documents, they have to give it to them because their name's associated with them. Okay, I know Grimmy, the brand Grimmy belongs to Grimmy, doesn't belong to Mythic. All right, Mythic doesn't own any IPs. Okay, there are no IRL streamers who were started. Hey, you on the street, you want to be an IRL streamer? We'll pay X amount of dollars a month plus blah blah blah. We're gonna sign this contract. Now you're IRL streamer, and we're gonna promote the hell out of you and all this shit. None, that doesn't happen. Nor any of the Vtubers with Mythic. They own their IP. Nanners, Chibidoki, Shiloli, Marie _EN. All that belongs to those people. They don't belong to Mythic. Okay, Mythic has to understand this. All right. That's their brand. That belongs to that individual. It doesn't belong to Mythic. So if that individual say, hey, give me these documentations because my brand is part of this. My name's associated with this. You give it to me. No. What the fuck are you hiding? Why aren't you going to show me documents, the negotiation documents that my brand is associated with? My business. Because VTubers, their little fiefdom, if you want to put it that way, belongs to them. It doesn't belong to Mythic. Mythic can't really speak for them. They can't they can't go to a sponsor and say, yeah, they're going to do it. They have to go to the talent and get approval. And once again, this is when having a lawyer involved, someone that's like good with contracts, so they could go over the contract and go, no, something's not quite right here, man. All right, we need to see the negotiation documents. Just give me everything so I can give my client an informed decision here, whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. All right. Now, I'm going to make an assumption here. Yeah, I know what to say about assuming shit. Okay. I'm assuming there's a few talent with Mythic signed under Mythic for this sponsorship thing. They have lawyers, and they're the ones that go, show me. I need the negotiation documents before I go talk to them about this. I want to see everything, and go to them and say it's a good deal or a bad deal or just figures match up and all that. I'm assuming there's quite a bit of talent that's signed with Mythic, VTubers, IRL streamers that go, okay, give it to my lawyer. Give him all the documentation, and Mythic gives it to them because they don't want to get subpoena. Because a lawyer wants to see everything before to make sure all the numbers add up. Because they get paid out of that, by the way. That's why they're on retainer. Yeah, Grimmy. Right now, remember, all she wanted was the negotiation documentations. All she wanted was the negotiation documentation that her brand is associated with. All right? Because once again, it's about matching up the numbers. It's not really about the fucking money. It's about if you're being told the truth. Because as soon as you say, no, we're not going to give it to you, you start asking questions. Why are you hiding? Did you take more? Are you getting bigger percentage than you're supposed to? Because even if the 2100 figure, if Mythic can negotiate for 4,000, they took more than 20%. If they don't want, see, that's the thing. I'm not saying they did that, but it makes people think that. It's not a good optic. It's not a good thing to do. When someone asks for all the information, give it to them if you don't have nothing to hide. And when you don't, it makes you look like you got something to hide. What do you think? They're going to leak you negotiation tactics? Really? Just saying. Okay, this is a trust me, bro statement. And that's what a lot of people are going on. I mean, they investigated themselves. They didn't hire an independent firm, which is something they should have done. Okay, and when you don't do that, it doesn't. When you say you investigated yourself, it doesn't look good. It's because you're saying we feel like we didn't do nothing wrong. It doesn't work. No one's gonna sit there. Oh, that's a good idea. I mean, when I talked about the statement, I brought up Mr. Beast and all the allegations against him, and he hired an independent firm to investigate him and let him know if they're doing stuff wrong and tell us. And he freely admitted that he was doing certain things wrong, and he's made mistakes in his career that has now been corrected. He doesn't deny that, but the more serious allegations made against him, no. Okay. All right. This is a statement Grimmy posted on the 8th, responding to Mythic's "Trust Me, Bro" statement. I say, this is the third explanation they have given about these issues. I don't have anything against them, but so far they claimed for the same publisher negotiating with the same methods, it was a typo. They were agency fees. And now they're changing the story again. They say I was paid in full for the amount they never showed me. But they're various banking fees. So which is it? I believe at this point they're trying to get a statement out first so they don't have to confront the other information they gave me or how I talked about the situation. So here's mine. I don't want any money. I don't want any attention. And I would prefer to go back to streaming normally so I'm on break hoping for things to calm down. Sorry, Grimmy. And waiting for the attention to dissipate and not trying to capitalize off it like some people have claimed. Which I believe, because you got your diehard Mythic people. My intention with saying this was letting other streamers at Mythic Talent know that they should request their full negotiation records for sponsorship, which is something Mythic should be doing anyway. Okay, I mean, I said this before. I grew up. My dad was a projectionist, and projectionists were part of the actors union. Well, there was a union for projectionists, and they were associated with the actors union, so they got to trade magazines, and they talked about entertainment contracts in those. All right, talent has the right to know. Talent gets to know everything in the negotiation because they're an essential part of it in order for them to say yes. This is what streamers, I'm going to say this way, I'm going to put it this way, streamers all around, whether they're IRL or VTubers, need to understand you are entertainers. Your name is your brand. And anybody any agency that talks on your behalf needs to tell you exactly what came out, what's part of that negotiation. What did it tell the sponsor? You have a right to know that because it's your name and your brand. All right? That's your career that Mythic is fucking with. Because, just saying. That being said, everyone I talked at Mythic Management is very pleasant. I liked everyone I worked with. I don't wish them any ill. Please don't be harsh on them. Too late. Sorry. Everyone there is a person with a life, and this is stressful to go through for them too. I do not know who's involved with this. But please do not paint me as stupid or attack me after you continue to give me different explanations. Please don't act like I don't understand my contract. let's don't pretend, don't act like you're the smartest person in the world, or even just the smartest person in the room. Because most of the time, you're pretty fucking stupid when you do that. Because someone's just going to look at you and go, okay, we'll see. We'll see. I'll find out. I will find out. Even if that means I get a lawyer and take your ass to court. Okay? Don't ever act like you're the smartest person in the room. This is what Mythic is doing. I mean, this statement here is, we're the smartest person in the room. Trust me, bro. And that was insulting. You're taking additional random amounts off the top before presenting to the streamers and taking agreed 20%. Yeah, that's a problem. Listen, okay. Mythic should give their talent an invoice on every sponsor. Okay, you're getting paid this much. This is how much we take. This is the banking fees. Okay, this is our percentage we're taking. These are the banking fees. This is an additional fee for whatever. And this is how much you're getting. No, an invoice. Technically, almost like a paycheck when you see taxes taken out or whatever. If something's taken out of your paycheck, it has to be on your pay stub, so you know why money was taken out. So don't act like a fucking moron, Mythic. You're required to explain if any money is taken out, what the money was taken out for, every single incident. Yes, you have to show how much you took out for your 20%. Yes, you have to show what fees were taken out prior to you giving money to your talent. All right? Because you're working on their behalf, and it's for no other reason than taxes. When they do their taxes, they can deduct these things. Just say. And if you haven't been doing that, well, you're fucking up big time. Because you're not being transparent. Contrary to what your statement here says, Mythic remains committed to transparency and success of our creators. That if you're not giving them a breakdown of where the money's going, because once again, it's their brand, and it's also for taxes. Well, that's not being transparent, is it? Just saying. If you're not giving them all the negotiation documents, that's not being transparent. It isn't. Can't call yourself committed to transparency if you're not willing to release all the documents involved of a sponsorship that's to a brand that does not belong to you. You don't own Grimmy as an IP. It's not your intellectual property. That belongs to Grimmy, the talent behind that VTuber. It belongs to her or anybody else that's signed. You don't own Queso's IP, the name Queso. It belongs to Queso. So if he says, I want to see everything, you have to give him everything because it's his brand. Because if there's additional fees, as you're claiming, you are taking tax deductions away from the talent that they can claim on their taxes, especially here in America. So basically, you're robbing them of tax deductions if you're not being 100% transparent, because you're not. You're taking an additional random amount off the top before presenting it to the streamers and taking the agreed 20%. It doesn't look good. Why are there 3 explanations for this now? If you can't believe me, that is fine. But also looks like this isn't a isolated incident when people talk directly to sponsors involved with Mythic. She links to a... We'll look at this in a minute. I don't know who's responsible for this, but I hope it gets resolved for everyone. Nothing against anyone there. Hope they are well. Let's look at this. What we got? Shift GG. What does he? Okay, I don't know anything about him. I had a similar experience with Mythic. Straight lied to about what the sponsor was offering, and took me talking to the sponsor themselves to find out. Not surprised to see this. Used car salesman, 100%. Okay. I'm just saying, it doesn't, when you get other people coming up besides Grimmy talking about this, and there's other individuals that I've seen talking about, I'm not going to name them, but they have talked about their experience. They were with Mythic and they left, and they talked about some of the things that go on with Mythic, which it lines up to what's being said here, to be honest with you. They don't want their names out there because they're afraid of being sued. And hey, Mythic, I'm not going to reveal my source. So go ahead, try to take me to court. All I'm going to do is sit there, and when I see you walk in the court, hold up a middle fingers and tell you, go fuck yourselves. I'll be more than willing to go to jail. Because I got nothing better to do. It'll be a fucking vacation. Just being honest, I'll be a fucking vacation. Free food, free meals 3 times a day, sewing, bed, and all that stuff, and not have to worry about paying an electric bill, a water bill. I'm more than happy to go to jail. Well, the down part is I won't be able to stream unless you get access to the computer. And just saying. Yeah, this is the Aspen Gold thing. But, you know, this isn't the only... I mean, over the past few days, Mythic has let a few talent go. I'm going to be honest, it doesn't look good. Let me see here. I'm sorry, I thought I had it, but I think I bookmarked it, actually. Let me see, did I bookmark it? Yeah, Nicholas Light. While on vacation for my 1-year anniversary with my wife, Mythic, my talent agency, has parted ways with me as well. It's like a surprise! And that was on the 7th. Black Dumpling. Breaking. I regret to inform everyone from this day forward, Mythic Talent will not be representing me in any capacity due to my recent announcement that while I'm a fictional fairy woman, I am not, in fact, a homosexual, and thus Mythic will not represent me going forward. Overall, it's been an experience that I experienced in the strongest of terms. I would recommend things in the future. Okay. I mean, and I foresee more people leaving Mythic because it's bad optics. Really. I mean, especially with them getting parting ways with Asmongold. It's kind of like going, it makes people stop and pause going, what the fuck's going on at Mythic? And then with that stuff that Grammy has said prior to the separation with Asmongold, it doesn't look good. especially with Asmongold saying, I don't want to have nothing to do with it anymore. It doesn't look good. I mean, can I be misreading that? Maybe. Do I expect Asmongold to clear it up? No. Because I think Asmongold don't give a flying fuck anymore. If they Mythic Kids carries on, great for those guys. If they all of a sudden crash and burn, I was like, oh well, I'm not part of it anymore. Not my fucking problem. You know? That's not my fucking problem. So yeah, the situation with Mythic over the last 4 to 5 days, it makes Mythic look pretty bad. It makes them look like they're hiding things from their talent. I mean, they don't have to share this shit publicly. You need to share it with your talent that signed with you. It's not your talent. Your clients. That's a better way of putting it. You need to share this stuff with your clients because they hire you to do something. They don't belong to you. You need to get that out of your fucking head too. These people don't belong to you. They owe you nothing. You owe them everything because without them, Mythic wouldn't exist anymore. Because if all the talents leave Mythic, you don't exist. You're not a viable business anymore. Because they're the ones that make the money. Mythic on its own doesn't make money. Their clients is the one that brings in the revenue. All right? It's not like the CEO or the chief officer of operations stream and bring in revenue. All right? They could generate revenue by helping their clients get sponsors and everything, but without no clients, there is no revenue. And if you're hiding things from your clients, well, as soon as it gets out, you won't have any more clients, and you will be desperately trying to hang on to the ones you have. And when you get rid of your one client that has the largest audience among your roster of clients, doesn't look good. All right, because I mean, there have been agencies that dropped the client due to illegal things. As far as I know, Asmongold has done nothing illegal. Has he made controversial statements? Yeah, but who hasn't? In Mythic, who hasn't? I mean, it's like, if anybody, I'll be honest, Marie _EN, you need to leave Mythic. You're with Phase Connect. They do everything Mythic does. You don't need Mythic. It's more of a money save maneuver than making a statement. Why are you with Mythic? It doesn't make sense. The agency launched with a roster of 65 top content creators, including streamers like Seer, Tectone, Misk. Seer still makes content. I haven't heard his name in years. The mission statement was provide creative first, management. That's all like a red flag when they say creative first. Oh, I'm VShojo too. Offering service such as staff sourcing, in-house merchandising, anti-predatory deal negotiation. Right. Brand partnership, content strategy for both traditional streamers and VTubers. VTubers are traditional streamers. You're just using a fucking avatar. You all need to understand that. Recent update. As of March 2026, Mythic Talent announced its parted ways with its co-founder, Asmongold, following recent company developments and public discussions regarding its management practices. Yeah. No, where's Mythic is... I think Mythic Talent thinks it's too big to fail. And they're not that fucking big, to be honest with you. Oh, I'm gonna go here. Our creators. Okay, I mean, look at this roster. Like I said, they got a lot of talented people here, and a lot of people I don't know. You know, it's like people I've never heard of, like Ben. Who the fuck is Ben? It's like Legal Mindset's not with them anymore. And he signed just a year ago. I think he like fuck off. What? I mean, Camilla, Cyber, Chibidoki, Cha-Cha, your mom, your V-mom, Cordea, Sayu VTuber, Darth Macro Transaction, whoever the fuck that is, I don't know. I just saw a tweet about him. He said, "Oh, Mythic has been good to me." Oh, did they give you negotiation documents? Because you may change your mind after that. Drumsley, Dorky, Dumb Dog. There's a lot. Echo, never heard of her. Ellen En, heard of her. I think I actually did a VTuber highlights of her, maybe. Evan F. Whatever. Extra Emily. False ID. Don't know what they're going to be doing after that. Fifi. I'm just pointing out to the ones I'm aware of. Gotcha Gamer. Fuck Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know any of these people. I win to lose game or whatever. I mean, Canut? What the fuck is that? Yeah, she's a Japanese cosplayer. I don't think she does content anymore. Just to be honest with you. Lanya Lazar? La Malicious? Laura Atheon? No. Lucy Fire? Lucy Pryor. I'm sorry. Lucy Pryor. Marie. It's like, once again, Marie, you don't need to be with Mythic. You have Face Connect. There's no point of you having Mythic. You're basically paying two companies to do the exact same thing. You're better off with staying with having Face Connect handle things because they're actually a VTuber agency and they're more along the lines of understanding your needs and all that stuff. I'm just being honest. Meow, whatever. Milky, Miku, Meow, okay. All right. Misu, Momo. Momo, you don't need to be there, man. You can do that. All this shit. You just need to get a team. Mugen, you're fine. You can stay there. Nags, seriously, Nags. Nanners. Once again, I think Laura Estheon and Nanners are going to leave Mythic and have this team that Iron Mouse has because Iron Mouse doesn't need Mythic. Now, to be honest, Laura Estheon and Nanners don't really need Mythic because sponsors will come directly to them. They don't need Mythic to get sponsors for them. Their name is big enough for them not to need Mythic and having take 20% off the top. I mean, I'm just saying. Premiere 2, once again, Premiere 2, he has a big enough brand name out there that he doesn't really need Mythic. I'm just being honest. I mean, a lot of these, play it this way, since I'm so far out, like unaware of the streaming culture, if I've heard of you, you don't really need Mythic. Sponsors will come to you. All right. I mean, for like, almost like if someone my size would sign up with Mythic so they get sponsors, yeah, I could kind of see that. But there'll come a point in time when you reach a certain size, you don't need agencies like Mythic. You get a team around you, a manager, lawyer, all that stuff, accountants, and all that stuff. And like I say, when you become successful enough, you get that all together. So, like, you don't see fucking Mr. Beast on this roster. He has a team. You know, Rima Evastar, I'll be honest, she doesn't need Mythic. Her name's out there. People are aware of who she is. Saru? I've heard of her. Dang, I've heard a lot of these VTubers, by the way. Yeah, Shift GG. Isn't he the one that just said that? Okay, I'm not gonna say that. Shy Lily and Silvervet. I'll be honest, they don't need Mythic. Shy Lily and Silvervet don't need Mythic. Their name is out there. They're well known for whatever reasons you guys want to say. We're not gonna worry about it. They are fine on their own. They just need to get a team, the manager, someone to help with merchandising, all that stuff. And most importantly, a lawyer on retainer. All right. Every person on here should have a lawyer on retainer to look at any contract handed to them by Mythic. This is not saying anything really bad about Mythic. It's just note to protect yourself. I never heard of any of these people. Squidchan, I've heard of. Once again, if I heard of you, and you don't really need it, you don't need Mythic. 1010. Onigiri is no longer on this list. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. I would have to say Norosama does, and Vendel and Norosama and the others that are associated with Nor, they can get that group together and get a team to oversee that whole group and a lawyer. They'll be fine. They don't need Mythic. I'm gonna be honest, they don't need Mythic. Veve, another one, don't need Wolfichu. Girl. Wolfichu's been doing content creation for over 5 years. She is a wonderful content creator, but sadly, her name isn't out there as prominently as other VTubers, and you can kind of say that she does need Mythic. In Wolfichu, just get a lawyer. Have a lawyer and have them go over contracts and make sure you get all the information presented to you. I'm just saying. I don't know any of these. And I don't know any of them, okay? I mean, I could see a small content creator signing up with an agency like Mythic to kind of help them grow, to help them get sponsors and all that stuff, if they don't really have a team. But I will say this, before you sign with any agency, have that contract looked at by a lawyer. Just don't sign a fucking contract. And that's the mistake a lot of these content creators, a lot of these IRL streamers, a lot of VTubers make. They don't have a lawyer on retainer for him to look at contracts. You definitely need a lawyer. It's always a smart move, you know. But a lot of these people don't need Mythic. They're well known enough where Lime Malicious is well known enough that, and Lucy and Lena Lazar, they don't need Mythic. Sponsors are aware of them. Okay. And here's the funny thing: it's like Fifi can get her own sponsor and doesn't have to cut Mythic in. All right, Mythic is just there to get sponsors. And like I said, a lot of people on this list, Extra Enemy has her own manager. False ID has his own manager. Fifi has her own manager. A lot of these people have their own managers. So Mythic is not managing them. They're just a pipeline for sponsors. Okay, that's all this is. I mean, I kind of began to think Mythic as a multi-channel operation. Okay, that's something like in the early days of YouTube, where there was all these multi-channel people. They actually take control of everything, and they take control of the channel. They take control of your brand and all that stuff, which turned out to be where a lot of good content creators were totally decimated when they found out they were being fucking robbed of a lot of money. I'm not saying Mythic is doing that, but it kind of sounds like they're modeled that way as a multi-channel operation, which not a good thing. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't sign with Mythic. I'd rather deal with sponsors myself and let me see the contract and let me take it to my lawyer and have go over it every single fucking time. You know, let me see. Give me the contract. Send that contract to my lawyer. He's going to go through it, and he's going to let me know if everything's on the up, and I will sign it every single fucking time. No, I'm not just going to sign a contract because I'm going to get $2,000. In all actuality, it was actually at $5,000 towards this agency, and I'm getting $2,000 out of the $5,000. You know, because a lawyer's going to ask for the negotiation documentation. He will ask for all documentation. Get a lawyer. A lawyer is a tool for you to use to protect yourself and your brand. Get a lawyer. And yeah, Mythic, you're not transparent at all. I'm just being honest. You're not transparent at all. If a talent asks for negotiation documents, you just fucking give it to them. Unless you're hiding something. And I'm getting a lot of people think you're hiding stuff. I mean, okay. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, here you are. I mean, look at these comments here. You know? They're being trashed left and right. I will say this. 20% is too much for just a company to get sponsored. I would say 5 to 10%. 20% too much. Too much just to get the help sign up for a sponsor, which they don't really need a sponsor. Once again, since Grammarly doesn't have the negotiation documents, we don't know if these figures are actually correct that were part of the original negotiations. It could be double that amount, to be honest with you. That's the reason why you release the documents, because if you constantly refuse to release documents, it doesn't look good. I'm just saying, it doesn't look good. It's bad optics, and you're representing talents. You want good optics. You want to have that reputation of being trusted. Right now, that's not your reputation. Even though you got all these people saying, "Oh, they're good looking, oh, they're wonderful," is there's too many the things going out there that you're saying one thing and your behavior is another thing, and people don't trust that, and they're like, it's like I won't even entertain the thought. To be honest, I just wouldn't entertain the thought. I mean, this is a piss poor statement because it doesn't address the real issue, and the real issue, Mythic refused to show her the negotiation documents between Mythic and the publishers after she requested them. That was the main thing. Don't make the talent go to the sponsor and go, "What did you talk to this agency about?" Because it's my brand. You wanted me to sponsor to do a stream about your product, and I don't know what was agreed to, what the if there was a different amount, all that stuff. Like I said, I'm not saying that Mythic did gave out different amounts, but once again, it goes back to a lot of people begin to think that. All right, then talking about additional fees and stuff. I'm sorry. If you sign a contract to agree to pay her $2,144,000, those fees should have been taken out prior to that number being put on a contract. Because you're telling your client you're going to get $2,100, you're going to get $4,400, and if it's anything less than that, the talent has the right to say that you lied to them. Okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't, because the only person you're hurting when you go after brands is the clients. You're not really hurting Mythic. Because listen, there's enough sponsors out there where they'd be more than happy to, if someone's a well-known, that they will like if a sponsor goes, oh, I want Chibidoki to do a sponsor stream for me, but I don't want to go through Mythic. I'm going to go straight to Chibidoki, make an agreement, negotiate, make agreement, and go that way, go that route. I do not go after sponsors that are associated with Mythic, because the only people you're going to hurt at that point is the clients of Mythic. You're not really hurting Mythic. All right, because all of a sudden you're going to give all these clients a stigma of being associated with a company that, well, that does underhanded things, because it makes them look stupid. It also gives sponsors the idea that they can take advantage of these people. Oh, they're dumb. So just no. We're gonna have them do a sponsor stream for $1,000. Then we're gonna go over here and offer a sponsor stream to this guy. We're gonna offer him $5,000. That other one was with Mythic. They are a fucking moron, so we can get away with it. I mean, that's kind of how it's going to happen. All right, don't go after. Don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, they really don't. They're being compared to be shoujo. I mean, like I said, people don't believe this. I mean, like I said, this is a trust me, bro statement. Just be honest with you. We investigate ourselves, and we found that we didn't do nothing wrong. Trust us. Right. Okay, hold on. Let's see if Mythic has posted anything recent. Other than that, nope. This is the stance you should have taken. Just keep your fucking mouth shut. Just keep your fucking mouth shut. And if you're really upset about what Grimmy did, get a lawyer. My lawyer's going to talk to your lawyer. How's that one go? All right, let me close that tabs. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with Mythic. I mean, they're kind of hurting themselves a lot. I'm being honest. Like, I just could adjust this. Just, okay. And it's, once again, talent has the right to know what you agree to. All the steps in the negotiation. Your client, you don't own that client's brand. Okay, the talent agency that was hired by Ronnie Downey Jr. don't own Ronnie Downey Jr. Okay, they're just the agent. Nothing more, nothing less. They have no real say of what RDJ does, what roles he accepts, or anything. They just negotiate, and they go and they take what they said to Marvel Studios. They go to RDJ. Hey, this is what they're offering. This is what was said in the meeting. All this stuff. What do you think? Because the more information you give your client, the better decisions your client will make. Because if your client thinks they're being shortchanged, and if you have a streamer that pulls in 5,000 viewers per stream, and they're offering you $2,000, and it's like, offer me $1,000 per concurrent viewer. If I pull 5,000 concurrent viewers, I get paid $5,000. That's what I would say. Just makes sense. Well, $100. I mean, the math doesn't work. 5,000. 5,000 viewers. $100 per viewer. I mean, that just makes sense. Something like that. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, I mean, if 5,000 viewers equals $5,000, $1 a viewer. Okay, there we are. $1 a viewer. 5,000 concurrent viewers, you get $5,000. Fair. That's like, if I get sponsored and they pay me $1 a subscriber, it's $184 for a sponsored stream. So if you think about it, it's fair. There's $1 per subscribers. If they do concurrent viewer, it'd be about 3. I don't know how many people are watching me right now. 2. I got 2. I'll make $2. I mean, to me, that's fair. I mean, Asmongold, you think Asmongold would do a sponsorship stream for $2,000? No. Or 4,000? No. I mean, he gets like 20,000 people watching him on Kick and YouTube and all that stuff. And he pulls a lot of views on his like standalone videos that are taken from his stream. No, it doesn't make sense for him to do it. I'm just saying, it just doesn't make sense. And if you have an agency that's like negotiating, like, okay, she gets 5,000 concurrent viewers consistently on average, so any sponsor that wants her to do a sponsor stream, she gets paid $5,000. Now, negotiation at that point, the client's getting $5,000. Your fees and everything else, you got to work that out. So at the end of the day, the client gets $5,000 because that's what she's worth. That's what they're worth. Just saying. Does that make sense? Your 20%, you have to be a good enough negotiator at the end of the day that your client gets $5,000 and your 20% and all these banking fees and all this other stuff that Mythic brought up, it's taken care of prior to that client getting $5,000. That's a good negotiation. Everybody makes their money. Everything gets paid. And the client gets paid what they're worth. I don't see a problem with that. I don't think anybody would see a problem with that. $1 for concurrent viewer or subscriber or followers, however way you want to look at it. That means some streamers would get $1 million for doing it based on followers, but I'm doing concurrent viewers. I mean, let's pop over to Twitch. Okay. We'll just take a look at some of these people who are streaming. I mean, hold on. I haven't logged into Twitch. I gotta log into Twitch. Okay, you're just gonna have to look at that for a little bit. I don't want to share my password with y'all. Log in. All right. Log in. Fucking A. I mean, I love two-step verification, but sometimes it's fucking annoying. They send me an email to give them two-step. Okay. Oops, that's not it. All right. I'll get you back over there.
And the reason why that they
All
told me
right.
for this,
Let's
again,
look
like I don't really,
Let's,
I don't want to be
let's
involved
speed up a
in any
little
of this
bit.
anyway,
No,
right?
no.
Like I haven't been involved in like
I don't
any
care about
decision
you.
making at Mythic for like,
Iron Mouse
I
has
don't know,
got
probably like over
seven-
a year. Like I'm trying to think even the last time I even talked to
76,000.
somebody over there.
Sea
for something
Dog
that
has
was, like,
got
business related, It's probably
18.
got to be over a year ago. And
1,000?
so I'm not even really involved to begin with. But you know, let's say I am
Jason's
or
got
anything else, right? I don't
700.
I don't want to be involved.
Trust me,
I don't want to have anything to do with
but,
this. I
you
have
know,
so
if
much
you do a
stress and
dollar
pressure
per
and shit that's
concurrent
going on in
viewer
my personal life now, right? And also
to
with like
for
my
Iron Mouse
you know,
do
career,
a sponsor
right?
stream,
Like
it is
my
fair
stream right now and my
to
content
offer
right
her
now
$7,000
is more
to
successful
do a sponsor stream.
than it ever has been,
Sea
and
Dog,
it's not even close.
once again,
It's not even
$1
remotely
per
close. Like we're
viewer,
doing better now than I have ever done
18,000
in my entire career.
per
Like,
viewer.
if you look at YouTube, other clip
would
channels,
be
everything like that, the amount of
fair
people
amount.
that are consuming Asmongold content on
Jason,
a daily
right
basis
now,
right now
on
is
Twitch,
just
she's getting
an astronomical number. Like
$705 if that's her concurrent viewer. I mean, I don't know any of these. Mary Yumi, he's got 97 viewers. I mean, you just base the dollar per viewer, concurrent viewer. That's all you do. It you based on dollar per viewers, and that's it. I mean, it just makes sense at that point. Just makes sense at that point. All right, but that being said, if they do a stream and then they do a VOD, they have VODs. Let's go to Iron Mouse VOD channel. Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse. Okay. Videos. I mean, you got 25K views, 28K views, 13, 11. I mean, there is, pretty consistent. She gets high views on her VODs. These are not even her VODs. 5 more links. Let me see. Clips. Okay, here's her VODs. Okay, this is the one we should be looking at. Her VODs. Okay, videos. Okay, let's see how. I mean, 256, 804, 806. You got 1K right there. I mean, you just take these numbers, you just add them to her concurrent viewer, and it's like how much she had? It's like right now she has how many people watching her right now? She's got 7,000. We're just gonna go with the 7,000 because of math. And you just add the 2,000 to it, 9,000. So for a sponsor stream, she gets $9,000 for a sponsor stream. Because that seems like about where she typically lands. I mean, they got a few here that are a little bit more, but once again, it's like 9,000. It's also depending on the game, to be honest with you. Let me see here. I gotta look at this. Okay. All right. But yeah, I mean, this kind of sums up the Mythic stuff. It's you gotta. If you got Mythic, it needs to once again. Mythic needs to remember these are clients. They're not talents. They don't talents. Sounds like you're a VTubing or some kind of corp that owns the IP. You don't. They're clients, and the clients have the right to know everything you tell a sponsor, because the client, that is the client's brand that you're messing with. Maybe they don't want to do a sponsorship with a dildo manufacturer. Just say. Just saying. Maybe they just, oh, hey, we do the, we took, you want interested in doing a sponsor with Kick the Puppy? You just go around kick puppies all the time. That's our catchphrase. Kick the puppy. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will go no. Or you can do that. You can do the shave the kitty cat. Okay. You want to sponsor with shave the kitty cat? Just no. It's also brought to you by the people that did kick the puppy. I mean, the talent, the client has the right to know. They do. Everything you say to a sponsor, they have a right to know because it's their intellectual property. It's their brand, and none of it belongs to Mythic. That's what Mythic needs to get through their head. Kick the puppy. I don't know what's wrong with me. Just saying, what's wrong with me? But yeah, that's the whole Mythic thing. So now you can come to this stream and just like get all of it at one shot instead of having to watch 4 streams. So that's the reason why I did this. That's what the chat.
And the reason why that they told me for this,
well,
like again,
JP,
like,
thanks
I
for
don't
being
really,
here, man. I
don't wanna be
appreciate it,
involved with
man.
any of this anyway, right?
I know
like, I
it's
haven't
like
been involved in like any decision making at Mythic for like I don't know, probably over a
afternoon
year.
for you or
Like I'm
something
trying to
like
think
that?
even the last time I even talked to somebody over there for something that was like business related. It's probably got to be over a year ago. And so I'm not even really involved to begin with. But you know, let's say I am or anything else, right? I don't want to be. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to have anything to do with this. I have so much stress and pressure and shit that's going on.
Jesus
in my
Christ, look at the size of that
right?
fucking
and
cat.
also with like my, career, right? Like my stream right now and my content right
God
now
damn.
is more successful than it ever
I know
has
everybody's
been,
looking at the girl,
and
but I'm
it's
looking at
not
the
even
fucking
close.
cat. Look at it. It's fucking
not
huge.
even remotely close. Like we're doing better now than I have ever done in my entire
Yeah, just be
career.
happy I'm not gonna.
Like, if you look at YouTube, other Quip channels,
Let's see.
everything like that.
Stop! That is not a house cat. That is a mythical
on a
beast
daily
living in your
basis right
living
now
room. Here are
is
5
just
facts
a
about the Maine
astronomical
Coon.
number.
1,
Like-
they are the largest domestic cat breed on Earth. 2,
I wouldn't have guessed that. Just because you look like holding a baby lion. I mean, Jesus Christ.
their coats are waterproof and they actually love water. 3, they don't meow, they chirp like birds. 4, those massive paws act like snowshoes. And 5, they're basically dogs that play fetch. So, would you like to own this pet? Tell me in the comments.
I would hate to feed that pet, to be honest with you. Imagine how much those cats eat. Just imagine how much those cats eat. Jesus Christ. Wow. I mean, Maine Coons are cool. I've been around Maine Coons. I mean, the first time I saw one, I went, "Oh, what the hell?" Oh, that's a Maine Coon. Okay. Are you intimidated? Yeah. I've never seen a cat that fucking big. I mean, it was a big fucking cat, and it wasn't fat. It was fucking huge. It's like, I mean, I've had pugs. It was like, it looks like about the size of a German Shepherd puppy. That's the size of the Maine Coon I saw. It's like, Jesus Christ, that was a dog. Just saying. Okay, I gotta look at this. No, if this is the morning chat thing, I do have a tendency to start watching food videos. Okay, I'm sorry. It's usually just the shorts, and it's usually going to piss me off, just being honest. Especially if someone eats like crab and lobster and they slurp. It just sets me off.
Yesterday I went to Aldi and saw that they had these frozen lobsters for $11.99 per lobster, so I decided to give them a try. After letting it thaw overnight in the fridge, I noticed there was a bunch of liquid that came out of it. Hopefully that doesn't mean it's going to be chewy. I said to steam it for about 2 or 3 minutes, so that's exactly what I did. For this 1 pound lobster, it's saying the serving size is 3 ounces, so there should be 3 ounces of meat within this lobster, so I decided I would pick it all first and then weigh it out just to see if that was right. As I picked the lobster, I found it fairly easy to pick, and the shell was fairly hard, and it smelled the same as any other lobster that I picked. Now, when I got to the claws, though, I did notice they stuck to the shell a little bit, so that probably means it was overcooked just a touch.
Or you didn't put it in an ice bath after it got steamed. Just saying. Even if it's pre-cooked, once it comes out of the steamer, you put it in an ice bath, it actually helps get the meat out. Yes, I know a lot about this.
But overall, it seems like it's a pretty good quality lobster so far. After picking the claws, the knuckle meat, and the tail meat, it was time to weigh everything out, and there was 3/10 of a pound of lobster meat, which equals about 4.8 ounces. First, I tasted one of the claws, and next I tried the tail, and I gotta say, it was a little bit chewy, but overall, it had good flavor, and at $11.99 per lobster, it's not a bad deal. Yesterday, I went to Aldi and saw...
I was saying, at least you didn't slurp it. Thank God. Cooking for the crew. Trying. I don't even know. Stealing from the homeless. Okay, I made moonshine for 65 riding cantaloupes. Ugh. Well, that just sounds fucking disgusting, to be honest with you. Okay, I gotta see this.
We're having some work done around the house. We had a couple guys overworking, and anytime that happens, I like to cook for the crew just to kind of show my appreciation and to treat them to a tasty meal. So today I'm gonna make one of my favorites, these delicious smoked Italian beef style sandwiches, starting with a couple nice chuck roasts, hit with a little W sauce for the binder, my all-purpose rub. They go on the smoker. About 3 hours later, I'm gonna prep my braise.
You do know that you're supposed to season the meat with Italian seasoning. I mean, not separate. Don't make a rub. I mean, your oregano, your garlic, your basil, all that stuff. You because that's why it's called Italian beef. Just saying. I don't know if the rub had any of that stuff in it. But I'm just saying the Italian beef is supposed to be seasoned with Italian seasonings. Don't hate me because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Otherwise, you're just making a glorified steak sandwich. Which is nothing wrong with that. Just call it what it is.
With some onions, garlic, our beautiful chuck roasts, a whole jar of these pepperoncini peppers, including the liquid, some beef broth, a couple pats of
jalapenos. You put jalapenos in there. Like if you're gonna do that, put jalapenos in. Not these sweet peppers. Yeah, I hate sweet peppers.
Butter and plenty of Italian seasoning, and this whole thing goes back.
Why do you put the Italian seasoning on the fucking steak? Just saying. Just makes sense because when you bite into the meat, you're gonna get
on the smoker until those chuck roasts are fork tender. This took about 3 hours, and check this out. That meat just falls right apart. I like to mix it with all those delicious juices, and now it's time to assemble the sandwiches. Fresh Toronto French rolls, of course, some spicy giardiniera to go on top, and these are ready to go. It was the perfect way to end the workday, and the fellas definitely approved. We're having some work done around the house. We had a couple guys.
You know, it's just, I mean, it did look good. It just, I mean, I take exception to me calling it time. It does look good. Yeah, I hate Jamaican food. I don't like it. Jerk chicken, jerk beef. No. I'll pass. I've had it. I just don't like it. All right. Okay, huh?
This is how much I spent in a day. First, my family and I went to the Sydney Fish Market, one of my favorite places because I love seafood. We first got massive oysters and they were super fresh. And you might remember from my previous fish market video, I told you that I actually don't like the popular lobster rolls because it barely has any lobster in it. But actually get the brewery scallops from the same stall. It's meaty and super cheesy with rice in it. It's much better value. And also, life hack, use the oyster shells as a small dish for the soy sauce. My fave sushi was of course the sea urchin, but only try this if you're a seafood fan. Sea urchin roll also goes well with scampi sashimi. Scampi's are, I would say, halfway between lobsters and prawns, and the meat is so sweet. And yes, Koreans do not waste. We save the scampi heads to use later because it makes an amazing broth. We also bought some dinner ingredients, and oh my gosh, the king crab was $450. This thing better be made of gold. And talking about gold, we were actually out shopping to pick out a graduation gift for both my brother and I. He got a ring and I picked out a bag from Prada, but you'll have to wait till the next video. And a huge thank you to my parents. I wouldn't have
Okay, whatever. I'm just being honest. Oh, look, I can spend $5,000 on a fucking lobster. Whatever. I fucking smash burgers. Fuck smash burgers. I'm gonna say this every time. Trying Vio crabs in Florida.
Alright y'all, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, trying the viral $59 garlic crabs. You walk in and there's a guy separating crabs, keeping the good ones and throwing out the bad ones. They season everything in the bag and just come out with this tower of crabs. These are blue crabs, stacked high, dripping with garlic butter. This is like when you're at a cookout and you're in a rush to leave. Why put it in a box if it doesn't close? These are cold to the touch, so don't be surprised when they don't come out hot. They're salty and the shell is way more seasoned than the meat. If you're one person eating these could last you about 2 to 3 days. Their seasonings are loaded. Once I saw them on the shelf, I knew I'd have to get my blood check after eating these. There's a lot going on, but if you can crack through that shell, you can taste that freshly caught meat. Wow, you gotta be a freak to get these meat out. I got their tray of corn, eggs, potato, and sausage. This entire plate is cold. Is that just like a Florida thing I don't know about?
It's because you took it outside and didn't get it fresh in a restaurant. Just saying. Could be the reason why it's cold. You got it to go. Or you didn't ask them, like, hey, can you make sure it's hot? Is it a Florida thing? Yeah. You literally gotta tell Floridians, hey, guess what? What? I like hot food, not cold food. I'm just saying. What should I have done with them last? I don't know. How to impress a Korean rice noodles. Hey, you guys, if you have never had rice noodles, these are noodles you can fry, and they just kind of like expand. But you can also either steam them or boil them, and you just boil them for like maybe a minute, not that long. And they're really good that way too. I mean, it's the frying where you get like it looks like a hay. That's the only way I can describe it. But I prefer them steamed. You only steam them for like maybe a minute to 2 minutes at the very most, and it's got such an interesting texture. I think that's rice noodles. I gotta see.
If you want to impress a Korean, make them japchae for their birthday. We're first going to soak some woodier mushrooms in water for about 30 minutes. Next, cut out some broccoli into bite-sized pieces. Traditionally, japchae has spinach, but I like to add broccoli to mine for the extra protein. And then we're going to blanch it for 1 minute. Then cut your carrot into strips. If you have one of those mandolins, go for it. I unfortunately don't. We're going to use this much. Cut them into thin strips, like so. We're going to use half of a medium-ish sized onion and cut them into slices.
The mistake she made is she cut the roots off. Okay, if you don't, here's a secret for cutting onions, and you don't want to get the crying. You don't cut the roots off. You slice your onions or dice them, whatever you're going to do. And if you don't cut the roots off, you won't cry. Just say, but hey, thank you, Gordon Ramsay.
Strain your woodier mushrooms. As you can see, some of these are way too big, so just chop them up into bite-sized pieces, about that big. Honestly, you do you. Whatever floats your boat. Before we start cooking the veggies, let's make our sauce. Soy sauce, sugar, garlic, a splash of sesame oil,
That's a
sesame
splash.
seeds, and as much black pepper as your heart desires.
Where's the MSG?
I have some bulgogi I made last night that I'm going to add to my japchae. You can find the recipe on my page. We're going to start off by cooking the onions. I do admit this is a little tedious to make, but trust me, it's going to be worth it when you impress that Korean. Cook this for about 2 to 3 minutes and set it to the side. And next, we're going to cook our carrots. Next up is our woodier mushrooms. You can totally use just regular round button mushrooms too. Chill! Yes, that's normal. Okay. That's enough. Last but not least, we're going to cook our bulgogi. If you can multitask while this is cooking, start cooking your noodles. When in doubt, buy the one with the japchae picture on the packaging. Boil your noodles for about 5 minutes. Strain your noodles and rinse it with cold water. Grab some scissors and give it a little choppity chop. Maybe like 2 times. If you don't do this, you're about to eat this in 1 bite. Now let's finally put it all together. Heat up your sauce and add your noodles. Let's dump in our ingredients. I like to garnish it with some sesame seeds. Oh, I'm so excited.
Thank you.
If you want to impress a Korean, make them japchae for their birthday.
They're also called rice noodles, by the way, but they have such an interesting texture. You know, if you haven't had rice noodles, you gotta try them. You gotta try them. No, I'm not watching that guy. He's gonna slurp, and it's just gonna piss me off. I know he's gonna slurp. Who likes them? Yeah, they're good. They won't be my go-to. Oh, we gotta walk. Okay. All right. Usually you don't. I will say this. It depends on what he's doing here. You typically don't saute your garlic until towards the end of all the aromatics and stuff because they have a tendency to burn, and you don't want to get that burnt garlic taste. You just want them lightly brown. I mean, as you see, they're already starting to brown here. But like I said, I don't know exactly what he's doing here.
We're going with a stick of butter and a half.
That's a lot of fucking butter. Crunchy garlic. Umami? You gonna get anything out? Okay, there you go. Why don't you just dump the whole thing in at this rate? Okay. Was this just a sauce? I'd be disappointed if this is just a sauce. Alright.
Just a little bit of white wine,
Alright, fancy schmancy. Okay. Where's the stone crab? That's why are you putting that fucking slow motion for? Okay. Apparently, I just love the sauce and all that. I mean, it does look good, but I'll be honest about it. I'd rather just have the crabs cooked separately. If I want to dip it into the sauce, I'll dip it into the sauce. I like the actual taste of crab and the lobsters without butter and all this other shit, to be honest with you. So when I eat something, I want to actually taste it. I don't want to taste the fucking 50 pounds of rub and all this stuff.
Come on, I'm gonna try
At least you're not slurping. I like you. You don't slurp. I like him. He doesn't slurp. He doesn't slurp. You become a favorite food cooker on YouTube because you don't, when you eat like crab and lobster or something, you don't do. They don't do that. Don't slurp. Don't slurp that stuff. Deep fried. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. Big John tries Aussie Chinese. $1 oysters. Whole Foods. Okay, let's see.
I went to Whole Foods on a Friday because you can get $1 oysters if you're a Prime member. When I got them back home, my biggest concern is, were they going to be even good? So I went through tapping each one, listening for a hollow sound. I only found one that sounded like this. Now it's just a little bit more hollow than the others, but that kind of is a red flag for me that it might not be a good oyster. So I decided to open that one up first, and sure enough, when I opened it up, I noticed that it was a little bit drier than a fresh oyster should be. You wanted to see some of that oyster liquor in there because that is what's keeping the oyster alive. Now I shucked a few other ones. This one looked absolutely delicious, and you can see it still had a good amount of the oyster liquor in there. The two types of oysters I got were Standish Shore oysters, which are these smaller ones that I'm shucking right here, and also Sage Wave oysters, which were the bigger ones I shucked earlier. Now I'm curious to see which one's going to taste better, but actually both of them look pretty good. Up first was the Sage Wave oyster, and it was really salty with not much sweetness, but it was still really good. But this Standish Shore oyster was absolutely delicious. Sweetness, umami, it's the winner. I went to Whole Foods on a Friday.
I mean, there's different types of oysters. I go to an oyster bar, and I typically, when I go to an oyster bar, and it's been years, I get Maine oysters because they have a tendency just to be a little salty, but prominently sweet. Absurdly priced fish set. Oh, West Village. German dish called Heaven and Earth.
This is a dish I think most people have probably never heard of. It's a German dish called Heaven and Earth, and it was beyond. It's only 3 ingredients, and the end result is absolutely sublime. It really is just 3 ingredients. So potato, green apple, or any kind of cooking apple, onion. Start with just peeling and cubing up the potato, cutting those up into about that big. Now onto the apple, you're gonna cut it up into kind of similar sized chunks. So it's basically equal parts potato and apple.
All right.
Those go into cold water. We're gonna boil them until soft.
Okay.
Melt some butter.
All right.
And in with an onion to caramelize.
Okay.
I start out getting them going, coating them all in the fat, separating them all, and then I'm gonna cover and turn it down to medium low. This is how I caramelize onions faster. I just cover them, and then every
well, you can.
10 minutes, I give them a stir, and I get all this stuff off the bottom. And these cooking utensils from Earlywood, it's an American company, it has this flat bottom. They're amazing. If you don't know about them, go look them up. When the onions are at this stage, uncover, add some salt, and finish cooking them uncovered.
My personal preference when I caramelize onions, I add salt first. And I don't cover them. I just sit there and just stand there and stir them until they caramelize. I mean, but I add salt first because that helps get the moisture out and caramelize them actually a little bit faster. And quite frankly, I don't use that much salt, so it does take a little bit longer anyway. So yeah, there you go.
These look like they're done. We're gonna strain these. Let these steam dry for about 5 minutes, and then into a pot with some thinly sliced butter.
But
I'm gonna use
tablespoon?
a potato masher, because this is gonna be like a chunkier situation. And the onions are now done. This is what they look like.
Just out of curiosity, guys, when there's 2 types of mashed potatoes, okay? Which you can get the chunky type, which is kind of what you saw here with the apples and potatoes. Or you can take a blender and basically make it a puree. I honestly, I prefer chunkier mashed potatoes. I mean, just have a little bite. But like on like holidays, I do make it like into a puree, not soupy. Remember, don't put too much fucking milk into this. I mean, what you do is you get your butter, you get that going, you mash that and get that all nice and mixed. If you get that nice butter color to your mashed potatoes, then you just slowly add milk till you get the right consistency that you're looking for. I should really do cooking videos, but I don't have the setup for it.
This with salt, white pepper.
Everybody's got this big thing about white pepper.
Nutmeg it and just get that mixed in.
All right.
Plate out.
That's so. Bleh.
To make a little well on top.
All right.
And top it with those onions.
Okay.
Now drizzle it with some melted butter all over the top.
That's a lot of fucking butter.
And that is it. That smells and looks insane. Cannot wait to try. Okay, let's try bite. We need to get some onion. The apples make it like feather light, so much lighter than a normal mash. It is delicious. It's such the perfect balance, the potato, the apple, the onion. I would serve that with like roasted pork, sausages, something like that. It's phenomenal.
Basically the staple of Germany. Sausages and pork. Yes, that's kind of what German food is known for, sausage and pork, I just say. Chickens are not... Eggs are not baby chick... Okay, whatever. Chinese takeout mushroom represent tricky. I'm going to turn into a masterpiece. 20 million people can't be wrong about this. Christmas morning corned beef hash. Matt Damon tells a Clint Eastwood story. Seafood vermin casserole tutorial. Alright, no. Nothing there. Oh, by the way, this guy, I don't like his videos. No. Because he slurps. I can't stand people who slurp like seafood. I actually see someone like I watched a video yesterday of someone eating a steak and they slurp the steak. It's like it's fucking beef. It's a goddamn steak. It's not soup. Why are you slurping it? How can you slurp a steak? Just saying. Don't slurp shit. It's just gross. Lawsuit claims country roll actually disclosed personal information. Okay, again. And once again, if you haven't listened to that Blue and Gold by Kiara, you gotta listen to that. We hit the motherload called Crazy Secret. Oh, okay, whatever. Japanese faceless singing prodigy, Idaho. Okay. Woman loses her mind after getting kicked off a flight for refusing to stop playing video. Well, it's because you're being fucking rude. Don't be a stupid bitch. That's a good way to not get kicked off a plane. I do have to do a VTuber highlight of fruit eventually. Okay. Let's go through here. All I face violent threats. Yeah, I watched that. I ate the world's biggest sandwich. World's best sandwich. Alright. Mom, VTuber reacts to outdoor boys with his son. Okay, that's nice. Drink my water. Okay, let's go into Thursday. I'm just looking. Star Wars. Luke Skywalker finds a home for his Jedi Academy. Okay. By the way, I was a big Star Wars nut when I was a kid. Then the prequels happened. I was like, my kids love the prequels. Okay, they love them, which is fine. I am not a prequel kind of guy, to be honest with you. Then there's the subsequency of the sequels. I mean, the first one was okay, but it was just a rehash of the New Hope, to be honest with you. But it's a good foundation to build on. And then the main problem with the sequels, they didn't have a vision. And it's one of those things that you kind of look at and go, all right. How to kill a franchise. Then up subsequently other movies and TV shows, and like I say, they didn't have a vision. You get a sense of just slap Star Wars on and we'll make fucking money. That's sadly, I think that's kind of what the philosophy was. See anything easy Christmas? Wimpy's is so expensive now. Okay. This is what I cook when I don't want to. One can is good for breakfast, lunch, dinner, lunch, snack, and dinner. I gotta watch this. Please don't slurp. Please don't slurp. This is spiny lobster. Depending on what part of the world you're in, they also call them crayfish. Okay. What we here in America think crayfish is what we find in the bayou and in rivers and stuff. We also could call them freshwater lobsters. But yeah. Thank you for playing copyrighted music. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. That was worth it. I'm going to trim that segment out of the VOD. The secrets of chef, how to make the most delicious what? Chicken. Yeah, I don't get that. If you have the skin, leave the skin. If you don't want the skin, don't have the skin. Alright. Japanese ramen, thick noodles, topped with a bunch of garlic chives, and hot Wagyu beef. Okay. You have to make chicken cutlets. No, it's not that. Just make them, take a boneless chicken breast and pound it flat. It's not that fucking hard. Okay. I think I've done enough here. We'll do a quick check at Twitter. See if, well, hopefully Mythic hasn't done anything fucking stupid anymore. Make things worse. Okay. All right. I don't see anything to be concerned about. Let me just check one more place. Because sometimes people find things that I am not aware of. Oh, by the way, I did join Fillion's server to see if there was any kind of update on her. There's been no post. I'm just saying. Fillion hasn't posted on her server since like December of last year, so Fillion is right now is idle. But hopefully, apparently there was something announcements. Okay, let me go into announcements. I'll just read this. Okay. Apparently, what we're unsure the reason in your last stream there was a link to a YouTube channel that briefly flashed a screen and had mysterious live streams on it, like it was being meant to be a message. After a lot of work, some snackers decoded a series of notes that played to the text 6-22-22. After a lot of digging, it was discovered that YouTube short description posted on 6-22-22. There was a link to a Discord server, and in that a sound clip was decoded to an IP address. Some snackers figured out it was a Minecraft hardcore server IP address, which looks like the picture below. You will have to join her Discord to find out. As you can see, it says find it. At this point, it seems like there is some trail to follow, either made by Fillion or someone else, which may explain the lack of streams. We need your help. We know that something is hidden inside the servers, but we need to find it. Hop on the Minecraft multiplayer, pull up the server, help us out. If anyone that's good at solving puzzles, not me, I'll fucking quit. If I can figure out a way to cheat it, I'll cheat it. So see if they're interested too. It's a hardcore server, so if you die once, you can no longer play on it. Be careful out there. Okay. I'm just seeing if there's. It's a really popular section of our servers. Okay. All right. Let me just mark that as red. Mark that as red. What's going on there? Okay, mark that as red. What's going on there? All right. Mark that as red. And Fillion's Discord is constantly popping. If you go, I guess if you saw this puzzle on this Minecraft server that Fillion put out there, she'll come back. I guess she probably thought her fans were a little bit smarter than she thought, but you know, your VTuber community is a reflection of the VTuber. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. But let me stretch here. Okay. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that. Once again, this is like the one stream to find all my take on the Mythic situation instead of trying to watch 4 streams. You just go to this stream and you can hear my breakdown and my opinions of what's going on and what I think Mythic is doing wrong. This is the stream to do it. Once again, Cinder Appreciation Day. Please send me your submissions to btppresents@gmail.com. The deadline is April 4th, 2026. Get it in before then so we can get the video made. The video will appear on GVP Gameplays, Lobotos, Zero, the VTuber, and my channel, all on the same day, all at the same time, and which we're going to have to work out. Also, VTuber highlights this week will be Norosama, the AI that is changing everything. I'm sure Elon's be really interested in her. But yeah, this week's VTuber highlights is Norosama, which will be Wednesday, which will be not tomorrow. My Mass Effect is tonight, probably around 7 o'clock. So I will be back later today for Mass Effect. Once again, we'll play a game for about 2 hours, then have a chatting session. So that's kind of like the MO for my channel and gameplay. Hopefully you'll join me at that time. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm streaming. You'll get the community post. Also follow me on Twitter. So I stream on Twitter now, so you can watch me on Twitter. Some streams will be YouTube exclusive, like this one, because sometimes if I stream on Twitter, there's no sound, which I will have to figure out why. But anyway, until tonight, just be good to each other, and I'll see you tonight for Mass Effect.